Due to the emotional toll of watching the documentary he and Meghan made, Harry collapsed after watching it. "It seems I've overstepped my bounds. Pardon my greetings to you all. Greetings. And thank you for tuning in to Royal Family News Update, where we will be bringing you all the latest breaking news involving the notoriously hypocritical royal couple, Harry and Meghan Markle." I've just finished watching Harry and Meghan, a Netflix series of varying quality and consistency that has left me feeling pretty irritated. Both have established themselves as untrustworthy, vengeful partners. As soon as the appropriate paperwork can be drafted, they should be formally removed from the monarchy. The evil couple has not only elaborated on their story of racist persecution at the hands of the media and the royal family, but they have also doubled down on everything they told Oprah Winfrey in their confessional televised interview in March 2021. Without naming names, they allege widespread collusion between the monarchy and the media to bring them down. Over the course of the most recent 3 episodes, Harry and Meghan have stepped up their attacks on the royal family, claiming, among other things, that Prince William yelled at Harry during a meeting and that the king refuses to give them any more money. I don't know why the couple would say it, but they were the ones who wanted to leave the family and now they feel like they were forced out. To which I can only respond, so what if King Charles and Prince William told them to get lost in no uncertain terms? Unfortunately, Harry and Meghan bucked expectations and left on their own. Neither Charles nor William seems to have had any inclination to give in to the Sussexes' demands of a half-and-half compromise, and that's something I just can't wrap my head around. Why on earth would Harry and Meghan want to stay half in the royal family if they felt stifled and persecuted by it? Instead of making up their own rules and then expecting everyone else to follow them, why not just leave? Whether the new king and his other son told HM to go to bloody hell or slapped their behinds while doing so is of no concern to me. That's not what I am supposed to believe from HM's warped and naive vantage point, but then again, anyone who doesn't accept Harry and Meghan's version of events is automatically the bad guy. One of the paid mouthpieces they've assembled to gush over them claims they pose a threat to the system because they are such prominent figures in the fight for social justice, which is nonsense. A year and a half into their marriage, Harry and Meghan sent a weak letter to King Charles and Prince William proposing that they leave their duties. The way they so dramatically describe the progression of events, you might assume that a much longer period of time elapsed before all of the pain and suffering Harry mentions occurred. Although it only took a matter of months for everything to come together, the media has treated Meghan's time as a senior royal for what seems like an eternity. Since they routinely distort everything they relate to audiences, and some people blindly fall for it, this should come as no surprise to anyone who has followed this farcical trajectory. What happens over the course of those 6 agonizing hours could be summarized in a few short sentences. They went their separate ways far away, but still kept in touch by stopping by to say hi every so often. As a result of the racism and resentment they felt from the rest of the royal family, they decided that life was not worth living. To some, Harry and Meghan may come across as likable protagonists. And good for them. The public at large is free to sing their praises to the highest heavens. People can either admire them as social icons for being wonderfully vapid or feel sorry for them because of how their critics have treated them. The king should care more about the opinions of his own subjects, the vast majority of whom see the end of Harry and Meghan's reign as Duke and Duchess of Sussex as a sad event. Finally, Harry and Meghan can go by the name of their reality show and drop the royal prefix and suffix. This unfortunately means that their children will not inherit any titles, but given the current state of affairs, such a gesture would be meaningless and unnecessary. Many apparent contradictions must be explained. She explains, "I wasn't being thrown to the wolves. I was being fed to the wolves because the media was both hostile to them and overly positive about Meghan." For one, what exactly is the distinction, and more importantly, what exactly is the nature of the reciprocal inconsistencies? To try and summarize, the press causes jealousy of M among the royal family, prompting the royal family to leak negative information about her. At least, I think that's what they're getting at. Everything is just a bunch of dervish talk. It would be quicker and easier if they just pointed fingers at everyone. According to rumors, Prince William lost his temper with Harry during their already announced meeting to discuss the two's impending departure. What I would have done if it were me. But for the fact that I am decidedly unroyal, I also would have wrung his neck. As if this were a revolutionary idea, Harry said that King Charles holds the purse strings. A lifetime of financial support from his father being denied to a 36-year-old man was seen as an unwarranted act of punishment on the part of his father. The problem, according to H, is that Meghan is more inspiring to others than the then future king. The royal family would have benefited greatly from Harry and Meghan's success as a biracial couple, but they were too prideful and insensitive to recognize and accept Ms. Markle as an opportunity. She would have gladly graced the royal family with her presence, but they apparently stood in the way of her becoming a famous member of the family. Could have been she would have succeeded. Honestly, who can say? Speculation would be futile at this point. Ultimately, she just couldn't get along with others and therefore couldn't make it. No one made them leave, and if they consider being told no to be abusive, it doesn't matter what they imagine could or should have happened. Besides the ones mentioned, Harry and Meghan rant and rave about other wrongs done to them. They are still bitter and angry, and that is the main point. They didn't get what they wanted, so they plan to make the monarchy pay for failing to appreciate how great they are. Their raging anger and unquenchable rage seem to have no end in sight. King Charles needs to stop waffling and take a firm stance now. Furthermore, they must stop acting like they're royalty. Assume left exit. Never say go and never accept a $1 million bonus. They don't need any more cash at this point. As a final point, this is a bit trickier to use but essential. The couple must be discreetly disinherited from the royal family. Just rip the band-aid off and move on. Many people are tired of seeing them in the context of the monarchy, at least for the foreseeable future. There will be no invitations sent out for the coronation or any upcoming jubilees. There aren't any upcoming birthdays or anniversaries to mark. They ought to remain on their side of the water and be accorded the same respect by the royal family as Meghan Markle accords to her father. Just ignore them. Skip out on them. Don't give their inflated senses of self-importance any more attention. Two people who need constant attention can't accept the fact that the royal family functions just fine without them. Apathy is driving them crazy. Their arrogance in complaining will continue for as long as possible. Meghan has boasted about her intelligence to us. Do something useful with your brainpower instead of moaning about the past, especially since the events you're lamenting happened more than 3 years ago and were fleeting at best. But, on the other hand, one day King Charles will have to draw the line, and now is as good a time as any to make the break official. Remove this couple from the minds of the good people of Sussex. They have consistently displayed a disdain for the British monarchy and its subjects. Taking charge is a must for King Charles. Think the stink bomb that Harry and Meghan set off around the royal family was justified? It would appear that Harry has come to regret having Meghan teach him such foolish dance moves. Please share your opinions in the space provided. We sincerely hope you learned something from this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. You're welcome for reading this newsletter, and I'll see you in the next videos. Goodbye.